Hello, Patriots. Today is January 14th, and tonight's presentation will take us from Norfolk to Portsmouth. We will be looking at two very different kinds of sanctuary city meetings. The first city to be up is Norfolk. I arrived to a packed house and was not allowed entrance into the council chambers. Today, this meeting was actually not a voted meeting for the sanctuary city movement, rather an attempt for the citizens to get the motion on the docket for another meeting. Unfortunately for Norfolk Va2A supporters, that didn't work out so well, and we will need to continue gathering and rallying the City Council in order to have a sanctuary city resolution put to a vote. Looking across the water to Portsmouth, we have a much happier ending, and I'll let Brendan Mooney take away the great news for you. However, stick around for after his commentary for some interesting things that took place during the City Council meeting that I caught on film just for you guys.
Hey guys, I don't know if you guys heard the news, but guess what? Portsmouth now is a sanctuary city. I haven't read the resolution quite yet, but look at the victory we have here. This is going to be pretty groundbreaking. Norfolk didn't turn out so well. Let's keep on pressuring Norfolk and get that word out about Norfolk. Norfolk needs our support next. The other thing coming up is on Friday. Friday, I am hosting a gun shoot with VCDL down at Freedom Shooting Center starting about 6 o'clock. Come early. We may have to turn people away for capacity. Please understand that, but we'd love to have you guys come out. We'll have a 22 marksmanship contest. I might make it kind of tricky, and if you think you're an expert, we'll see what you can do at 25 yards with a Beretta 21. So it's going to be kind of fun. I'll personally be supplying some of the 22 ammo. I'll be bringing some fun guns along. If you BYOB, bring your own bullets. The other big thing is if we need to make sure we got Lobby Day. Lobby Day is right around the corner. And so let's make sure we're there for that in force. Watch out for a VA alert coming out about what the governor's going to be saying. VCDL is looking into what he might be saying about carry. And we actually might be able to find a way to be able to still carry because that might be in violation of certain laws. So we're trying to look into it. John Pierce and our legal team is looking into that. So just want to let you know some inside gouge. Just off the phone with Phil. We are trying to address that potential iceberg in the way. So we're going to be able to find that out. Anyways, thanks for coming out, and thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys later.
After hearing the first citizen speak about the Second Amendment rights in Virginia, Councilman Clark stood up and showed everyone that he was open carrying an AR-15 rifle. Here's what he had to say.
Now, I'm sure some people here are wondering why I'm here before you with this gun strapped to my chest. I will attempt to be brief with my response. This weapon I wear this evening is not a replica. It is not a toy. This weapon is one of the most controversial, centering itself between the two sides of this debate. This weapon is an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. To some, this weapon looks and appears to be scary and intimidating, and some believe it to be downright dangerous. I can assure you, as long as this gun is strapped to my chest, it will not harm you. It will not be aimed or brandished, and the trigger will not be pulled. It will not shoot itself. You see, I am a law enforcement officer. Though this weapon is personally owned, I am issued the same weapon by my agency. While I hope to never have the need, I must defend my right to bear this weapon as a means of protecting the citizens I serve while on duty, and my home when I am not. The newly proposed gun legislation for the state of Virginia is ludicrous. The legislation will make criminals of lawful citizens and gun owners. Again, I'm a law enforcement officer, and if this legislation is passed, I will also be made a criminal. Taking away the rights of our citizens not only puts them in greater danger, but the act is unconstitutional. Criminals have always and will always break the law. We must punish the existing criminals for their actions and not take away the means of defense from our law-abiding citizens. I have taken an oath as a soldier in the Army, as a law enforcement officer, and a member of this council. I took the oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I don't plan to break that oath now or in the future. For these reasons, I stand in support of the Second Amendment as a citizen, veteran, police officer, and member of this council, and I oppose the newly proposed gun legislation. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Carroll, you have the floor.
Many citizens of Portsmouth chose to speak and it made me proud to sit there and listen to their stories. Out of all the City Hall meetings that I have been to, Portsmouth had an overwhelming majority of people speaking about first-hand self-defense experiences with firearms when confronted with a life and death situation. In this next clip that I'm going to share with you, a young lady was speaking about that kind of an event, as well as why other countries seek refuge in the United States and not the other way around. Continuing on that course of dialogue, she made a case about how these new proposed gun laws affect everyone very similarly to how Jim Crow laws affected African Americans after the Civil War. She asked everyone to stand while she was speaking about this, and the dialogue and the standing seemed to make Councilman Glover upset. He called for a point of order, and the mayor agreed that the lady speaking was not on topic. He directed her to remain on topic or be escorted out. When her time runs out, you'll notice he tells her to stop talking, that her time is out, and then orders the sergeant-at-arms to remove her. She goes willingly, but as she does, a man in the crowd begins to clap, as she was speaking over her time limit to have her voice heard. When he claps, Mayor Rouse orders the sergeant-at-arms to remove the man that was clapping. The man that was clapping was a speaker earlier in the evening. Take a look at this.
Want to be us. Citizens of Virginia have come out to their city council meetings all over the state by the thousands to take stand for our God, given constitutional freedoms and liberties which include our right to recognize.
Ma'am, your time, Sergeant of Arms. Please remove them from the chamber.
Very apparent this council doesn't appreciate free speech. Some members of this council.
Our next speaker is Richard Eager, followed by Diana Howard.
How you doing, Mr. Mayor and Council?
In the next clip, you'll see that Mayor Rowe gets the last comment of the night, but the last word goes to the people, and we see that in the vote on the wall. Let's look at that now.
Any further discussion on that? Well, let me wrap it up by saying that Portsmouth is a constitutional city. We support the Constitution of the United States and all of its amendments. We don't have to declare that. We've all taken that oath of office. We count how many times we take it. That's not really important. All you have to do is just take it one time. We all want a safe city. But I, for one, want sensible gun control. And I am going to vote no on this resolution. Ready for the question? All in favor of the motion? All in favor, please vote yes. Opposed, no. And the motion carries. Council chamber. We will have order.
Mayor Rowe gavelled down the crowd in their cheers, and that last comment about having order was kind of how he ran the night. Friends, if you've made it this far, it may go to show that you like this content. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, I'm Robert Ham for Virginia Second Amendment News. I am reporting on your rights. Thank you for watching.